This is my second attempt at doing this live. For some reason, you know, Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, but that's okay. I'm not thinking about wrong right now. I'm thinking about right, because I'm going to try this again because I think that maybe somebody needs to hear it. And so today we're talking about hope. And it's an element that a lot of us think, oh, it just makes you feel good and that is it. But no, hope actually is a critical element in shifting your mindset that unblocks your light. Yes, it does. The other day I was looking at a couple of little boys play cricket. Now in the Caribbean, and I'm hailing to you from the Caribbean, in the Caribbean, cricket is a big thing. As kids growing up, I remember we would rush home from school and we would change our clothes quickly. Homework isn't done, nothing isn't done. If someone is home, they would say, go finish your homework first. And you're doing it quickly, trying to make sure it's correct because you want to rush outside and play cricket. And the neighborhood kids gather and you have these two stumps set up and you're going. And there's always arguments of you're out and it's my turn and, you know, and stuff like that. So there were these group of boys playing cricket and all of a sudden one of them hit the ball and there was this like an abandoned pipe, like a tunnel like, and it had a big rock in front of it, but the ball went through the small opening. And one of the little ones started crying, it's my turn and I'm not going to get to bat because now you went and you lost the ball and how are we going to get it back? And he's all in despair. No hope. And one of the others said, but we could get it, you know? And he grabbed a long stick and he started putting it through and trying to grab the ball. But he couldn't reach it. So the other one was like, well, what if we put together our, you know, and try to push the rock out of the way? And they tried to push the rock so that they could make an opening and get through to their ball. The one that sat down didn't have any hope. And sitting there, he would just be like that, hopeless. He would never make an attempt. He didn't see any possibilities. He didn't believe that he could. He couldn't get creative because all the negativity was just like a blanket. It just stopped all creativity. All ideas just got weighed down. And that's what it's like when we are without hope. Our negativity takes over and all we can see are the impossibilities. But the other two young men, when their hope kicked in about finishing their game and getting to their goal because they need to see who won, who made the most runs, when hope kicked in, creativity kicked in, possibility kicked in, the I can do this kicked in. And that's what hope does for us. As I said, my name is Belkis and I'm your ultimate motivator and spiritual life coach. I hail from the Caribbean. I speak to women all across the globe that are my clients on how to unleash their lights. I also have special segments for women who have been suffering abuse or sexual abuse, who are survivors of sexual abuse and moving past their trauma. But mostly, I inspire hope in people. We need hope to live. It is the vehicle that gets you to where you need to go. Hope builds resilience. When I look at those young men, what I saw was the will. It was a will. And this resilience, that ability that they failed the first time, but they weren't giving up. And so they tried and tried again. So every time they got knocked down with one idea, they try a different idea. And that's what hope does. It builds our resilience. What level is your resilience at today? Are you just feeling like I have all my dreams that I've had, or they were childish dreams, or I have responsibilities now, or man, there's just too much, or you've heard too much negativity, or you see no one else around you doing anything like what you want to do and you think it would not work and you feel beaten, and all this responsibilities and all the negatives you've heard and all the self-doubt is like a blanket that just weighs you down. Is that where you're at? And you feel like you cannot get up one more time. But if you knew that the one more time you got up would be the time you become a raving success, would you still stay down? This might be your one more time, but you need to have some hope. You do not sit on the sidelines of life and say, I can't get it done. I don't know how to do it. Hope builds creativity. When I look at those young men, they got creative in how they can go about moving the blocks out of their way so that they can get to their goal. We are all living with so many blocks, whether it comes from ourselves or it comes from others. There are so many blocks that we live with. There are so many things that are in our ears day in and day out, and we cannot begin to move past them. And we want to know how. Just if somebody would just tell me how. And I know that sometimes all we need is a hand in the darkness to help us find the light. But we won't be searching for that hand or reaching towards it if we don't have hope. So hope stirs your will. It says, I can. It stirs belief. And then it makes you realize what your potential is. Those young men realize, look, if we put our strength together, we can accomplish this. And that's what hope does for you. It builds resilience. It stirs your will, it stirs your belief, it taps into your potential, and it gets your creativity going. It gives you different ways to get things done. It's not just this, oh, I feel good kind of feeling. It gives you it brings before you ways that you can do this. It makes you open to actually learning more ways. When I'm at my most hopeless, and I've been at my most hopeless, coming from a place of suicide and depression, yeah, that's hopeless. Multiple attempts. Thinking that life would never look up, that I couldn't do a lot of things, that it wasn't for me, it'll never happen, I don't have the money, I didn't see my way, I couldn't. And that's what hopelessness does. It blocks all avenue. All you can see is what you can't do. But when hope was born in me, when it was stirred and the fires started to ignite, all of a sudden I saw a world of possibilities. All the limitations started to fall off, and I took one step, and then when I was successful at that step, the hope built even more, that I could take another step and another step and another step, until today I stand as a success story. Survivor of multiple attempts of suicide, survived sexual abuse, went from absolutely nothing. I remember walking the road many times wishing I could just find $5 from broke. Hopelessness will do that for you, but when the hope stirs, all of a sudden all I saw was the potential, and started out with nothing. Recently I was speaking to a client of mine, and very young lady, beautiful spirit, telling me she had no dreams. She just felt numb. She just get up every day, take care of her son, take care of her husband, and keep putting one foot in front of another. But she did not know. She had no job and did not know what she wanted to do. And I started asking questions, and I gave her some homework to go home and do, to think about. And she called me back the next day, and she said, she was in tears, but happy tears. She said, today I woke up energized. She said, all of a sudden, it's like after she had done the assignment and she really started to internalize it, she was like, I feel energized. She said, it has been so long since I got up and wanted to face my day, wanted to live. She said, it is the first time in a long time. She said, but today, she said, here I am today, wanting to live, thinking of the possibilities and the potential. And she said, with awe, this is what hope feels like. And for me, that was satisfaction enough, because now she's excited about working on the things that are keeping her back, and discovering who she is and what her potential is, and what job she actually is suited for, what she's passionate about. And that's where we're at. Hope makes you want to face your days. But it's not just about facing them. It gives you all this creativity and this energy on how you can live the life you were destined to be. Too many of us are living imprisoned by the will of others. We settle for, maybe I should just be satisfied. But when you've got inside of you this potential that needs to fill a certain gap in the universe. You've got your space. You did not just come here because, never mind the circumstances under which you got here. You are here. And the mere fact that you're here, it's like pebbles in a jar. Everybody has got their space. When you do not function within your potential and your destiny, you rob the world of something that only you can bring, because you are that unique. You can transform a certain environment because of who you are, the dynamics that you bring, the services you can offer, but just by tapping into your dreams. And it all starts with that little thing called hope. Today's your day. You might, be feeling hopeless. But here is something that you can do. Take a moment, and that little niggling thought that you've been having about something that really gets you stirred and fired up, just write it down. Just write down, I want to do, or I want to be. Because it's like a ripple effect. When you start thinking that one thing, all of a sudden you get excited. And once you start thinking about the things you want to do or you want to be, you start thinking of ways. Hope bring you ways. Creativity, remember, on how to achieve that. None of us deserve to live in the darkness. And hopes keeps us in the darkness. You are worth living in the light. There's a beauty in you that deserves to thrive in the light. There's a service that you can offer that others need. I used to ask, who am I? I'm just a little girl from a tiny little island you may not find on the map in the Caribbean called St. Kitts. And I came from a poor family, ain't had much. I remember wearing hand-me-downs many times. My mom worked 4 jobs to put us through school and keep food on the table. I had no reason really to think I could rise above where I was, but hope. It didn't just cause me to dream, it caused me to learn, caused me to be creative, caused me to activate. And so today, I want to tell someone that in your dark space, there's a hand being extended to you. Can you hope? Can you hope just enough? Can you stir your belief just enough? Can you just think for a moment, I am worth this hand being extended to me, and reach up and grab that hand? Because sometimes all we really do need is a hand in the darkness to help us toward the light. But without hope, you wouldn't even think that that hand exists. It's time for you to move forward, and you know it because you feel your passions stirring. It's time for you to move out of the darkness. It's time to unleash your light. And hope is the vehicle that will get you to your destination of success. So why don't you take a little moment today and you start writing down all the things you dream about, all the things you desire that you don't really want to tell anybody about, or that everybody have tried to knock you out of. Write them down. Get you a little secret place where you can put them. Because I can guarantee once you start writing down your desires and what you aspire to, the hope will unlock your creativity. And then you will have a plan before you of how you can move forward. And then you will open yourself up to learning. And with that, before you know it, you got 1 goal down, 2 goals down, all because you dared to hope. My name is Belkis Clark Mitchum. My business name is, my brand is Belkis Clark. Connect to me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or my website, www.belkisclark.com, where I offer services to women who have experienced trauma. I have special services for women who are survivors of sexual abuse. I offer services to help you discover yourself unmasked. Every day we wear too many masks that everybody forces us to wear. So I'm offering you a safe space where you can unveil, unmask, let yourself be, tap into all those original dreams that you have, and step into your hope, step into your light. I offer a 7-day mini course called 7 Days to Unleashing Your Light. Hop on over to my website and check it out. I am happy to be able to join you on this journey, your first step into hope. Thank you for tuning in.